Hi everyone, welcome back to Anu Talk Show. If you are a woman of color coach, you're an industry expert, and you want to double your revenue in the next 2 quarters, this episode is for you. Let's talk about how to increase your revenue by 50% while working on part-time hours without chasing more leads, without implementing those broke, complicated marketing funnels. I want to start with that completely changed the way I think about growing a coaching business. The level of your revenue probably isn't hiding inside more marketing, implementing complicated funnels, doing more ads. It's actually hiding inside your conversion. And I know it's not the sexy answer you wanted, it's not something you wanted to hear, but this is what you need to hear because social media tells you that the answer is, hey, go out there and have more followers, create more reels, have more visibility, run and pay more for ads and create more content, more content, more content. But if you are a woman of color coach or industry expert, you are already signing clients, you already do these things. So the biggest opportunity for you over the next 2 quarters before 2026 ends isn't attracting more people. It's actually helping more people to go through the buyer's journey and take those people who are already paying attention and turning them into paid customers inside your offers. So the one shift could completely change your business because probably you are already signing clients and you are thinking, okay, in order for me to make more money, increase my revenue, help more people, get more clients inside my offer, is to chase more leads. And that is not the truth. That is not how you're going to actually grow and scale your coaching business now. So let's talk about what I see every single week, right? I know you the best because you are literally my clients inside Leverage 20. If you are watching this, you are listening to this episode, I know you like the back of my hands. I simply know you because you are doing the work. You are creating content, you are increasing your visibility, you are sharing your offer, you are helping your people inside your offer. People are watching your stories, they are opening your emails, they are commenting, they are also booking sales calls with you, and they tell you that they love your content. So on paper, your marketing is working. It looks like, okay, you got your shit together. But when it comes to looking at the revenue inside your bank account, it's not growing at the same speed how you are putting the effort inside your business. Why? Because somewhere between I am interested and I am ready to buy prospects, people are disappearing. So there is a bucket and it has leaks. So people disappear from I am interested to I am ready to buy. And they are saying to you, like, I need to think about it, maybe next month, I need to check with my partner, I cannot afford it. Now you are putting in more people into the bucket that has the leak and you are trying to convert them, but you are not. Because the bucket is the problem and you are not solving that problem right now. You're solving a different problem by chasing more leads and putting more people into the bucket with the leaks. And you are not realizing that all the people inside the bucket, they are falling into the ground. So every one of the conversation represents that revenue that almost happened inside your business, right? Instead of fixing that gap, you are simply looking for more leads, more leads, more leads, right? Again, that's like pouring water into a bucket with a hole in it and expecting the bucket to be full of water. That's not going to happen, right? So we have to actually have a real conversation now. What it actually costing you right now when it comes to continuing running this business with a bucket with a hole, with lots of holes. It's not just costing money. Okay, I know you are probably thinking, oh yeah, it's an extra 5K, extra 10K, extra 100K that I'm losing. But it's not really just about the money, it is costing you time as well. And I know time is more valuable than money, because I believe the money you spend, the money you invest, you can make it 10x back. But the time you are wasting, you can never get that time back. I will never be 15 again, right? So it is costing you time, because every time someone doesn't convert, it's like your response is, I need to post more, I need to create a complicated funnel, I need to create another webinar, I need to invest another strategy. And now you are working more hours without realizing it. And working more hours is not only that you are creating more content, which is a part of it, but now you spend more time online and less time with your family, with your friends, on your hobbies, on things that are more fun for you, right? And now you're spending more hours inside your business to close that gap, but your revenue doesn't increase at the same pace as your effort that you're putting in your business, right? And eventually your calendar gets fuller as well, because you're booking sales call with unqualified leads. Now you are putting in time for content creation. Now you need to create a webinar. And webinar is not just like doing a webinar. You have to think the whole launch and create launch emails, the sales page, the webinar page, the webinar slides, the webinar emails. Like, that's a lot of things you need to actually include for the time that you are spending in your business now. And now your energy gets lower. So do you see, it's not only the money or the revenue that you are losing. Yes, it's a part of it, a big part of it, but there are also so many other costs that you need to actually be aware of. Your energy gets lower and your business starts feeling heavier instead of being more profitable, instead of leaving a bigger impact in the world. And that is the hidden cost of poor conversion. You are not just losing one sale or one client, you are creating months of unnecessary work instead of replacing them. Simply because you are not replacing the bucket with holes with the new bucket, or fixing those holes, which is your conversion rate. Now, let's look at what is actually possible for you in the next 2 quarters, okay? Like, we already have July 2026, and I want to showcase you what is possible for you when you are stop chasing leads, and when you actually invest the time you have, the strategy and the mindset on fixing your conversion first instead of chasing new leads all the time. Let's say you are booking 10 calls, sales calls a month. Right now, you close 2 of them, okay? That's a conversion rate of 20%. And if you improve that to closing 4 clients, you haven't doubled your marketing, you haven't doubled your hours, you haven't doubled your audience. You simply became better at helping qualified buyers to make a decision to say yes to your offer. That single improvement in your business, in your conversion, changes how you are earning the money right now. It changes your confidence. Now you feel confident as a coach again, as a salesperson, as the marketer. And because you have that confidence, now you are selling your offer even more every single day. That changes your cash flow. It changes how much pressure you feel every single month, because you stop needing more and more people and you start getting more from the opportunities that are already in front of you. And that is the leverage you need in your business right now in order to scale it to the next level. You have already opportunities in front of you, but probably you are not seeing it because your eyes are closed. The eyes are closed because you are chasing more leads instead of fixing the problem that you have in front of your eyes. Like, the bucket with the holes needs to be fixed. That's your conversion rate. So conversion is one of the few things in business that creates immediate momentum. When your conversion improves, your content becomes more valuable, your sales calls becomes more profitable, you are getting more qualified buyers on a sales call, and your marketing works harder for you, right? So every lead becomes worth more. Every hour you spend on marketing creates like a bigger return. That's how you are increasing your revenue while protecting your time, while protecting your peace, while you are enjoying your life and lifestyle again. Not adding more work, not adding more hustle, but by increasing your conversion and the value of the work you are already doing. So, if I had one focus for the next 2 quarters, it would be simple. And I coached my clients last week inside Leverage 20 around this. I would become obsessed with my conversion. Like, not like here and there, like literally become obsessed with conversion. I would review every single sales calls I did in the last 12 months. I would study every single objection and create content to overcome that objection. I would use those sales call data to strengthen my messaging, to strengthen my offer positioning. I would actually make my offer feel essential, feel wanted, feel competitive in 2026 ecosystem, or in 2026 not the like the market, instead of being it optional. Again, the reason why you are not converting better is because also that your offer is optional right now. No one is thinking, oh my God, I need this. This will save my life. This will save my marriage. This will save my health. This will save my business, right? It is optional. And because it is optional, people are giving you the objection, yeah, let's talk about in 6 months. It's not burning right now. Like, the cost they are experiencing is not high enough for them. They are not seeing it in order to change it, right? They are not seeing that. So you need to make your offer feel essential. You need to make your offer competitive. You need to make your offer feel like wanted instead of leaving it optional. Like, yeah, you can join whenever you want. Okay. No wonder that you are not doubling your revenue. Like, I would qualify people before they even book a call with me. Qualify. So that you are not wasting your time. You don't have time for that, to get people on a call who are expecting you to give them free coaching. Like it's like pulling the weeds from your flowers, right? You have to do qualifications so that you are not booking calls with unqualified leads. That is what I would do, because here's what I have learned. Revenue doesn't always grow because you are doing more. Revenue grows because you remove friction from the buying process. What is the buyer's journey right now in your company? Where is friction there? How can you reduce the friction? How can you reduce the perceived risk in your buyer's mind so that they can say yes to their own transformation? So one of my clients, she really thought she needed more leads, right? She was already booking consultation calls. She already had interest, but almost every single conversation she had ended with, I need to think about it, or I don't have the money. So when we reviewed her sales calls together, she noticed something she had never seen before. She was positioning herself as the friendly coach in the sales call. She laughed through uncomfortable moments, she built great rapport, but she never slowed down enough to diagnose the real problem that the prospect was having. So the client felt feeling understood, having a plan, but the client or the prospect didn't feel convinced that they needed to change. And one adjustment I teach or I coach my client to have is make your prospect feel uncomfortable. I want you to have like the client feel uncomfortable than you being uncomfortable because of your financial situation. And when she left the conversation, she realized that she didn't need more followers. She didn't launch a new offer because she was getting like, I don't have the money objection. She simply became better at converting the opportunities she already had. And which I mentioned you before, like becoming obsessed with your conversion. And that's why I believe sales call evaluation are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because if you don't know what the pattern is that you are doing, like my client, that she was positioning herself as the friendly coach, if you don't realize that this is happening, no strategy will actually help you because you keep doing the patterns. That's why I do believe that you need support and coaching around how to get better at doing the sales call. We don't teach you script inside Leverage 20 when it comes to sales call. We help you with a framework so that you know how to ethically and authentically actually do your sales call and close the sales call 100%. So they show you where your revenue is leaking. Your evaluation, your feedback, your like when you sit down and think about your company, you will know always, you will know where is the leak? Where am I leaving money on the table? So I want you to leave with this lesson, this thought from this episode. Your next revenue breakthrough, right, is probably not sitting in your next Instagram post. It is literally sitting inside your conversion rate and how obsessed you are becoming in getting better at conversion. So the CEO who's building lean, high margin, profitable businesses, they don't constantly ask, how do I get more leads? How do I get more money? They are asking better question. And the better question is, how do I help more qualified people to confidently say yes to my offer? And that is a completely different business. That is a completely different business built on leverage. And that's a business that allows you to work part-time hours while continuing to grow your business and leave a bigger impact, have more clients inside your roster. So if you are a woman of color coach, you are listening to this episode and you want to increase your revenue by 50%, don't immediately add more work to your calendar. I know this is one of the easiest work that you can do and think like, oh my God, let me add more stuff on my calendar. And if I do more, I will get rewarded. It's not like that inside leverage, inside your entrepreneurship. I want you to look at your messaging, look at your conversion, look at your offer positioning, and look at your sales process. Every sales process is different in every company because every improvement you are making compounds. And every improvement means that you will actually work fewer hours chasing those leads. Right? You once you're fixing your conversion rate, you will have more predictable revenue. You will have more confidence as the coach and industry expert. But most importantly, you will have the freedom that you desire from the first day. And that is exactly what I am going to teach you inside the free masterclass, how to increase your revenue by 50% while working part-time hours. I will show you the simple 3 shifts that is helping women of color coaches and industry experts turn more conversations into clients without relying on hustle, complicated funnels, or going viral. The registration link is in the show notes. Save your seat, and I will see you in the next episode.